connect to our Ujjayi breath. It's helping us to gather our awareness, our feeling, our attention inwardly. You're always welcome to close eyes. Closing eyes can be part of that gathering process, reclaiming our vision from an outward expenditure to an inward sight line. As you reach down through the sit bones, you feel the surface, the pressure, the ground beneath you. The skull bones lined up directly over the sit bones and the tailbone. These landmarks are just physical endpoints for core. Now, as we perceive subtly or energetically, this core extends quite a ways beyond our head, quite a ways down into the ground beneath our pelvis. But if we're getting adjusted and just still feeling or rather getting accustomed to feeling our core, I like to choose physical endpoints. Right? I like those finite boundaries. It at least gives me something in which to work. So as I expand ribs, inhaling, and feel how breath gently balloons the skull bones away from the sit bones. It's like gently pushing those two end caps apart, revealing a little more spaciousness. And then as I exhale, using those low belly muscles, and feel for releasing and relaxing the jaw, the ears, the temple, the eye muscles, the shoulders. We'll give ourselves some moments to repeat and repeat that imaginal breath feeling action. Inhaling, the ribs expand, the end points are gently, effortlessly nudged apart, creating, or rather revealing a more spacious body. Exhaling is softening internally, helping the body find just one more ease. Ease in the shoulder, the elbow, ease in the hips, the thigh muscles. And so we'll make that our focus for today. This ease, we may feel it as a gesture of release. We may feel it as relinquishing our effort or our input. We may feel it as relaxing an agenda. Or we may just feel the physical, like, oh, like I just get to feel the, almost like the body sighing in relief, getting to relax and release the day's concerns. And so focusing and feeling that ease in every moment of our together time. To me, that ease can have an almost molassesy feeling. I'm feeling the solidity of the body start to, like, heavy, slow molasses start to give in to gravity. It can feel really good. I'm going to use a few moves, almost like little pipe cleaners. We're just going to clean some areas out, so to speak. I'm putting that in air quotation marks. So let's change the cross of our legs. Let's go right over left. I think I'll choose a knee pile today. Any right over left will work perfectly. And then inhaling, we'll reach those arms out to the side, turn the palms up, spread the hand bones. And then exhaling, turn the thumbs down. The arm bones turn. And as I move the chin down, I'm lifting the back ribs, lifting the chest bones. We'll do it a few times. Inhaling, I'll bring the head over, sit bones, palms up. Sometimes I take my hands and my thumbs a little bit back, just to emphasize that chest, that little chest move. And then exhaling, turn the thumbs down. Let those shoulders, they slightly roll in. The arm bones are turning in the sockets, chin down. Let's do two more. Inhaling. Palms up, crown of head over sit bones. Exhaling, thumbs down, chin down. You feel that slight compression in the front of the body that kind of helps us reveal the back of the body. Let's do one more breath. Inhaling is the up move. Maybe feel that front of the body expanding, opening, or maybe just stretching. And then exhaling, we feel that front of body slightly close or compress, and the backside spreads and opens. And then inhaling, come upright. We'll switch the cross of our legs. So now left over right cross. Now let's bring the hands behind the skull, like brain cradling. And when we work this move, you may feel a lot going on in your triceps, your armpits, your mid-back. Congrats. Bring the elbows really close in. And inhaling into the armpits. So you can bring the elbows even more closely. There it is, Vijay. That's it. Exhale, lift up through the elbows so the arm bones reach up. The ribs get a little lift up. And I'm relaxing the head back in my hands, a very intentional move. So as I reach up through the arms, I'm relaxing the neck. And we'll take about 4 deep breaths, expanding the ribs all the way up into upper back and armpits. And even though you're reaching as you exhale, find the ease in the neck and the eyes. Feel how the eyes can relax back in their sockets, even though the arms are working. Feel how the head can relax back in the hands, even though those chest and those armpit muscles are working. Find the ease, every single move. Sometimes that ease is buried, it's nested in a whole lot of activity. It's almost like discovering a flavor in a well-prepared dish. And release. Good. Let's place the soles of the feet together, Baddha Konasana. We'll do a little round of unlocking, softening through each hip. Ease. So I'll go left hand to left thigh. My right hand is beside my right hip. Take a moment to press the heel, the outer edge of my feet, and the bull mount, the big bull mount of foot. Inhaling, begin your breath in your left hip. Exhaling, and I press down through both hands. I may feel a shift in my left thigh bone, lengthening up through my low back and my guts. My diaphragm lengthens away from my navel. Even though the pressure, the work may be constant, find the ease that may be woven into this experience. And release. One of the things I love about our yin practices and our restorative practices is I find that there's something really cool, really special about specifically focusing on that gentler and that softening approach in the body. Something really different happens, or seems to happen, and when we're focused on the effort and the direction of how things ought to go. And let's do the other side. We'll go right hand, right thigh. Begin breath in the right hip. Exhaling, press through both hands, finding the ease, finding how that right hip is just ready to let go of that right thigh bone. Ease often gets overlooked in our very athletic, our success-oriented, goings about. But it gives the body, the mind, so much, almost like desktop space. It gives it so much space to process, to synthesize, to assimilate. It's like we really need that contrast, that ease. Take one more deep breath into the right side sacrum. Getting even steadier with our attention, steadier, more precise with our breath. And release. Inhale, we'll unwind, or rather use hands help legs, knees together. Let's lie on our back. And do a brief round of abdominals. We're going to go feet on the ground for these today. So with feet down, hands behind head. Inhale, float head, shoulders up by reaching the elbows up, by lifting those armpits toward the sky. Pause, shift the tailbone. Exhale, press the sole of your left foot away from your navel. Pull low belly down, relaxing the head and the hands. Inhale, set the left foot down to the ground. And then pause, just a little abdominal pressure shifts the pelvis, and then exhale the right foot away from the hip socket. Relaxing the head into the hands. Pull low belly down. Inhale, set the right foot down, and we'll continue. We're going to do 8 more. You knew there was a trick, right? So we're going to do 8 more on each side, returning the feet to the ground each and every rep. So it is a gentler way to approach these abdominals. And in this format, just noticing any inclination, any drivers, any motivators are like, oh, I could do the harder version. I could do the other things, the harder ones, the more difficult ones. Just taking note of that motivator, that voice starts chatting you up. Maybe we explore ease, as in the ease to make that choice, the choice to do something varied, simpler. The ease with which we can shift our attention to many places in our body at once. Maybe it's the ease in how the eyes are melting into their sockets, relaxing back into the head. I'm just kind of guessing we're getting right about there. And that's perfect. We'll do one more as we're lying. Frog lifting through. If you need more support so you can feel the ease, you can put the soles of your feet on the wall. And I think I'm going to do that. It's just how easy I can make something for myself. That might be an up-level move some days. All right, so we've got our legs bent and set apart. Let's go hands behind head. I'm still cradling that brain. It's like I'm giving my head a little hammock. Inhale, head and shoulders up. Reach the elbows up. Exhaling. Reaching out through the thigh bones. Feel the soles of the feet. Pull low belly down. Feeling that space in the pelvis effortlessly. Inhale, allow tailbone to relax down. Keep elevating head and shoulder blades. And then exhaling. Without any struggle. Reaching those thigh bones out. You can still do work. But I just want us to keep finding the ease and just peeling away those onion layers of struggle or, pull low belly down. Good. Let's do 6 more on our own. So ways that I learn when I'm not in a state or mode of ease, I may notice my lips kind of getting a little firm or twisted up, or sometimes when we're efforting, we might be pushing our tongue into the roof of the mouth or against the teeth. Might be squinting. There's often a lot of brow furrowing and squinting and squeezing around the temples when we're, trying with a great deal of effort. It's okay if it's an effortful experience, but again, that elegant self. How do I find that elegant self that doesn't need to demonstrate struggle? What if this were easy? Now, when you are through, I recommend using the hands help the legs together. When we set the feet down, we'll set up bridge. Feet hip width apart. Heels fingertip distance away. Inhaling into low belly, low back. Creating those active feet. Exhale, shift the tailbone toward the sky. The buttock lifts, the spine lifts. Now, I'm going to intentionally arc the chest. There's a tendency when we get into bridge to kind of flatten the sternum down. So we may breathe quite dynamically in the belly, and it might not reach all the way into the upper lung, but let's go there. So pressing those feet down, inhale, feel the mid-spine lifting, growing away from the low back. upper back bones, lifting, growing away from the mid-spine. Now, let's help out those upper lung lobes. It's way up by that collarbone area. Now we'll be lifting one foot up at a time. If you are in a tender or protective mode in those scenarios, you may want to get a block underneath. If you don't have any pain, I'm going to recommend try out working without a block. It's going to require some more effort, but guess what our practice is today? So, left foot stationary. Inhale, pick the right foot off the ground. Exhale, reach it straight up. Lift that right thigh bone away from the pelvis. Now, if you're working this without a block, it's a strong move. Weight in both shoulder blades. How do I do this move with ease as an elegant self? We'll switch sides. Set the right foot down, stay in bridge. And I may need to take a moment in this switching, this transition moment, to just press, get both feet down, get a full deep breath going. Now, right foot stationary. Inhale, let's pick that left foot up. Exhale, lift it, send it toward the sky. Weight in both shoulder blades. Now we're going to get some blood circulating here. The ease actually helps us on a physical level relax. It helps those vessels dilate. It helps remove the constriction from the muscles and lets that blood and that energy get into all these places in our body. So ease is a part of our circulation in my book. Kind of that energetic commerce quality. All right, let's set that left foot down. And take your time to descend out of bridge. All right, let's turn onto a side. We're going to prep for some dolphin. Cool. All right, we got elbows under shoulders, forearms out in front. Relaxing the head, the neck. And with toes curled under, when you are ready, exhaling, press knees off the ground. I'm going to leave the option up to you. If you want to work one leg up at a time, I'm going to let you do that for about 3 to 4 breaths on each side. Just want to open up some option areas. I'm going to keep both feet down today. That's just my option. We're focusing on that quality of ease. By doing so, we're not trying to cut out or eliminate the experience of it maybe being strong or challenging. Right? But finding that ease woven or nested into the myriad other experiences that we may be having. So when we're flustered, how can I proceed elegantly? When I'm frightened, when I'm frustrated, when I'm irritable, how can I still find that part of me, that aspect of me that moves with grace and aplomb, that can soften, that can release? Some people like the word surrender. So if that's a word that works for you, that word's pretty good in this practice. And then as we're finishing up, of course, we just set the knees down. When you press yourself almost up, I'm going to turn the hands, the fingertips, toward the pelvis. So my fingertips are on the ground, pointing at my legs. My palm heel is off the ground, and I'm tractioning it or pulling it away from my lap. Connect breath. So the first thing I'm feeling for, it's almost like I'm pulling my digits lengthier. I'm just letting the digits, the palms start to melt toward the ground. I'm not forcing it whatsoever. I'm following the rate of my hands, my wrists, my arms, following the rate of release. And relax. Just letting your hands be just kind of hanging out. I'm going to work shower on the wall. Shower is at a right angle. It's like a very easy downward dog. Easy. So if you have a section of wall, we start about 3 feet from the wall. My hips will be facing you, my hands shoulder width, and I fold. That's the move. So if you set that up, I'll talk you into a few more details. My hands end up either shoulder height or a little bit higher. Once I've formed that right angle, I may have to micro adjust my feet, because the thing I want to get here is that I can move my sit bones away from my wrist bones. So you may have to walk your feet a little bit closer to wall vijay. Yeah. To me, it's the feeling of I'm rocking back. It's the feeling of I'm almost falling back. Reaching back, falling back, leaning back. And once you get that little bit of stretch going through the rib cage, let's connect to a deep, billowing, expansive inhalation. It's letting that breath, helping that breath into all those air sacs of lungs. As you're exhaling, where can you soften? Where can you find yet another instance of ease? Through the shoulders. Through the core. If it helps you to imagine vessels dilating, relaxing and enlarging, if it helps you to imagine or sense blood getting carried effortlessly through large enlarging tubes into the periphery of your body, maybe that's a way to vision ease into the physical body. Now, to exit, we'll step forward and stand up. We're not done with the wall because we're working downward dog on the wall. I'll talk us in from downward dog. So if you find your most native feeling or native setup, downward dog. Inhale, step one foot, just one, onto the wall where the hands had been. Exhale, step the other foot up where the hands had been. Now work that same set of moves. I'm kind of rocking my weight back into those heels, lifting, lengthening those sit bones away from the wrist bones. Same move, just different orientation, different effort. Now, if I were to say we're going to work this pose for 5 more deep breaths, could we really find out where the ease is? Let's do that. Maybe the ease is felt when I relax the neck. And of course, when you're through, we'll step down, exiting out of that downward dog on the wall. Now let's stand at the top of our mat. Chair pose. Inhale, bend knees, reach the arms up. The armpits lift away from the lap, the ribs lengthen toward the sky. Exhaling, fold forward. Soften eyes, core. Monkey, inhale, collar away from lap. Exhaling, let's step back, chaturanga. I'm going to go with cobra. I'm deciding on my way down. I'm going to go with cobra. So inhale, cobra or upward dog if your shoulders feel really warm. Exhaling, downward dog. Warrior one, inhale, step the right foot forward. We're going to draw those arms up overhead. Exhaling. Shift like I'm lengthening the sit bones away from the wrist bones. And from my fingertips to my sit bones. I'm going to reimagine. I'm going to feel again into that move that we did at the wall, that shower at the wall. I'm going to feel for that, getting breath into all of those rib spaces. And as I'm exhaling, where's the ease? Where can I find that through the shoulders? Now we're going to maintain this warrior one for a few breaths. So as you're working this, you may feel a little warmth in the shoulders. That's brilliant. Lengthening through the back of the neck. All right, we're going to do a repeat move. Bring your hands underneath the skull. Remember that brain cradling. Bring elbows close together so you can see them. And the arms, the arm bones, the biceps are almost skimming your hairline, your temple. Inhale. Lift up through the elbows. Press down through the feet. Exhaling, the head relaxes into the hands. Release. Set the hand, or rather interlace the hands behind back for ostrich. So inhaling into the chest, collar, heads of shoulders. Exhaling, hinge to the inside of your right thigh. Inhale, bring hands down to sacrum. Place them on the ground. We're going to change sides. Exhaling, step right foot back and lower. Inhale, cobra or upward dog. I'm going to choose cobra this evening. Exhaling, downward dog. Now let's remain in downward dog, because here's that move again. You can just repeat this. Lengthen the sit bones away from the wrist bones. Inhale, left foot forward. Warrior one. So the brow, like right between the eyebrows, right between the eyes, the bridge of the nose. Feel for relaxing there. That's also the kind of in front of the pituitary. Bring the hands under the base of the skull, brain cradling. Now I'm still reaching my arms up, but I'm not pulling on my head. Okay, so for many of us, especially those of you who are pretty strong in the shoulders and chest area, just that simple move, bending the elbows, reaching up through the arms, may get us into some really cool chest and lat, mid-back territory. And you might want to just dip into that stance even more, Matt. Yeah, and that way you can just very gently, almost like drawing the sit bones away from the elbows. There you go. That's it. Oh, that's really good. So there's that fun little, that almost quiver, if I caught that right under that right side. There you go. That's it. There you go. Relaxing back through the head. Keep lifting. Yes. Good. Right as you're exhaling, and keep lifting. There you go. That's so cool. Ostrich. I'm going to relax the hands from behind the head. Interlace them behind the back by the sacrum. And exhaling, let's hinge to the right side of our thigh. Inhaling, bring the hands down to sacrum. Set them on the ground. Exhaling, chaturanga. We're just going to finish up this sun. Inhale, cobra or upward dog. Exhaling, downward dog. Inhale, step or lightly jump feet forward, monkey. Exhaling, fold, neck relaxed, feet active. And here's chair. Bend knees, inhale. Reach the arms up, lift the armpits, the chest bones away from the lap. Stand, exhaling, hands to heart. Let's have a seat. We're going to sit in straddle. So I'm going with the length of my mat. Some people will set out some extra mat or cushion off the edge. Sometimes I'll sit my butt off the mat just so I can have my heels on the mat. You make your best cushioned decisions. But I'm just going to get my heels as best as I can on my mat. Bring the hands forward, and we'll have a very patient walking forward. Now, as I'm walking forward, you can do one of two things. More active is keeping the toes pointing up. More passive, if you really want to kind of use that passive approach to find ease, is just letting the feet totally relax. Now, when I let my feet totally relax, I don't get the same structural support that I would with active feet. So you just have to know that it comes with some different benefits. So if you feel a little funky pull or anything in your knee, then just use your active feet and that should help. So in your fold, whether you're on your hands or your forearms, this is a sweet time to just let the eyes relax again. You might even close your eyes to relax your eyes. Feel the back of the skull, back of the neck soften. And as we're in the straddle position, can you feel your breath reaching the pelvic floor? When the pelvic floor finds a relaxed state, the sensitivity there may change, may heighten. I'm also finding right now that I'm just kind of stacking one fist on top of another and putting my forehead down so I can really let my head go. I'm not pulling, I'm not pressing, I'm not driving. I'm really just going for that ease. And if I'm measuring this by degrees of intensity, I'm in the 3, 4 on a scale of 10. Maybe 5. 3, 4. One more very deep breath. Reaching into the pelvic floor, reaching to the genitals, the groin. And then inhale, press yourself up, walk your hands back. Now to exit, you'll want to use your hands. Let your hands help your legs together so you can lie on your back, please. Shavasana. this skill that we build of discovering and practicing ease. I find facilitates the absorption of all those things, nutrient, nutrient dense, nutrient vital to us. Part of that absorption, part of that circulation process in the body. If you're enjoying playing in this state of where things are awash in energy and nutrients, and you just want to hang out here and acknowledge and be in it, you're always welcome to remain right here as long as you like. If, however, you would like to move at this time, bend knees. You can turn to a side. And press to seated. Thanks so much. Namaste.